my tips for a long and happy marriage. Firstly, it helps a very great deal to marry somebody in the first place who can be very patient with you. So, Kofi, I hate to break it to you, man, but you already missed out on that one. So you might all listen real close to the rest of this. Secondly, it's really important to always strive to deserve the respect of your loved one, and in return, always treat them with the respect that they deserve. I'm not sure that love can really flourish over the long term without a healthy dose of mutual respect, so don't forget that one. Thirdly, make yourself a little note. Each one of you, make yourself a little note, file it away somewhere where you'll be able to find it in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And at about those intervals, every 5, 10 years or so, pull it out, read it, do it. And the note should say, make a list of the top 5 reasons why I am happy today to be married to Kofi or Emily. It helps you keep a fresh perspective on your relationship. It helps to take a really intentional, fresh, objective look every now and again at the fundamentals of your relationship. Keeps things fresh, keeps you from taking each other for granted. The last bits of advice I have come in the form of a couple of phrases which I think are really useful in any marriage. These are real common phrases. There's nothing new or profound here. For example, the first one is, I love you. Say, I love you, and say it often. Now in the early days of your marriage, that'll be no problem. You know, you'll say it all the time without even thinking about it. But as time goes on, you might have to make more of an effort to remember to say that. But make the effort. It's important. Your love is like a garden full of flowers. And right now, it's young and robust, lots of fresh, beautiful blossoms. But don't make the mistake of assuming that it'll just automatically stay that way. The garden has to be tended. And saying I love you is like watering the garden. The last phrase is comprised of 2 little words, which I think just might be the 2 most important words to any marriage. And no, it's not yes, dear. The phrase is, I'm sorry. Now, a lot of people have trouble saying I'm sorry for some reason, but I just think it's part of an open, honest relationship. You know, you're going to make mistakes. It's inevitable. We all do. We're human. When you make a mistake, own up to it, say I'm sorry, and move on. So aside from that obvious point, there's a special trick to this one that takes a while to learn. And that is, I think sometimes the most important time to say I'm sorry is when you really feel in your heart like you ought not to have to say it at all. In fact, you're going to be waiting for the other one to say it. I'm talking about when, you're having a disagreement and it's a pretty serious disagreement and you've reached an impasse and each of you is absolutely sure that you're right this time and you're waiting for the other one to back down and you're not talking anymore. Well, that's when one of you needs to say, I'm sorry. And it doesn't matter which one of you says it. One of you needs to say, I'm sorry, because that's the quickest way to break the impasse and start talking again. And that's the best thing for both of you. And in that context, you're not backing down. You're not saying, I'm sorry I was wrong. You're just saying, I'm sorry we're cross with one another. Let's move past that.